like Friday mornings do. A little bit afraid we might get some people trampled there, but we didn't. Great crowd. And Randy was talking about from the beginning. I heard something the other day that I think is very fitting here. A man once said, if you see a terrapin sitting on top of a fence post, you know he had some help. And just stop and think about that. That's kind of the way I am and we are. There are just so many good people that have made contributions here. And my wife and I was one of them who had to leave. But through the years, Ranger's reputation has grown. And one of the things that I think Nana and I were always proudest of as time went on is that we could get a broken down truck worked on just about anywhere in the United States without sending money first. And that reputation of the company is great, and it's important. And I was thinking here today about what has happened recently, and I don't know if it'd be apropos or not, but we might be saying, well, we might ought to say to you, welcome to General Boats. It might fit, it might not. There's been some times when General Motors wasn't too well thought of, but the expansion of the company here is mind-boggling. And the percentage of the market that I think that we will control or have an opportunity to is considerable. And that's because of the efforts of a whole lot of people, like the pro fishermen in the room. There are many of you, and I won't start calling names because I'll forget somebody, but I've talked to several of you. You're a big part of what's made Ranger and these other companies what they are. And then there are another group of people in the room who have had a tremendous amount to do with it in the past 12 years, I guess. Throughout the 40 few years that we've been building boats, our graph has generally gone up as far as competitive fishing is concerned. Maybe some dips along, but it was generally going up most of the time. But the last 10 or 12 years, it went up at a much steeper angle than it ever had before. And that's because of a group of people at FLW. And they are the same kind of people that made Ranger Boats what it is. They're good folks that don't leave the gates open, stay till it gets done. And I want to thank them for taking their time to come and be with us here today, for the contribution they make every day through the season of fishing tournaments. And I talked to Randy just a couple of days ago, and he was at Times Square in New York City. And one of the biggest thrills I think that I have gotten in all of these years was seeing Scott Suggs' picture on the marquee at Times Square, and that said, Arkansas angler wins $1 million at fishing tournament. And I know we have arrived when we get their name on the Times Square marquee. But there is just a lot of good things have happened, and the conditions today are not like they have been in the past, but this is real, and this is normal, and we start from this point and build back. And those of you that are here have survived, and you will survive, I suspect, just about every one of you. And I think things are going to continue to grow and get better, maybe not as fast a rate as we'd like to or as they have in the past, but I think whatever we do today is solid. We've been living in a fantasy world for the past several years, and that's over. This is real. And I want to commend you, dealers who have survived through that period of time. I've talked to several of you, been in business many years. Congratulate you, and some of the newer ones. I think that the ones that I have talked to, and I happen to know something about the background of those people, I think you'll be very successful. And I don't think there's any doubt of what the boats that are going to come out of this operation right here are going to be the best they've ever been. And that is what causes people to buy boats. People buy boats because they want them. They don't necessarily need them. They buy them because they want them. And they want them because they're good. And we must continue to make them that way. And I don't have any doubt. My place across